Okay, we are going to continue with part two, drawing a small open plan house. Remember, we have to put a car in it, a washer and dryer, two bedrooms, bed and dresser, full bath, toilet and sink, half bath, one picture on a wall, activity room, spare room, and outfitting it, and landscaping, one tree or shrubbery, which means a bush. Or bushes or flowers, what have you, landscaping. Activity room, you could do stuff like putting in an Xbox room, you could put in a exercise room, you could do activity, any type of activity room there that you want to in the extra room, whatever you think would be fitting for if you were designing a home, what kind of room you would want it to make it into. Okay, so we'll go back into the drawing here. So I kind of going from where I left off, and we're going to start by putting the car in here. The washer and dryer are going to go behind the car. So to put a car in here, what you're going to do, again, going from the top view to make it easy, is File, 3D Warehouse, and choose a car. Some type of car. We do not want to put a fire truck or a monster truck. We want to put an actual car in that you would drive or own into the place. So say I'm going to put in a Ford Mustang and search for a Ford Mustang. So you got to make sure the car is actually a 3D car when you put stuff in here too. So maybe I choose this one. I haven't looked at these yet, so I'm guessing this one might be one, but I also want to check and click on the box here or to make sure it is a 3D object. So it looks like this is a 3D model of a Mustang. So I'm going to go ahead and download it. Now I really don't know what size this could be. This could be like huge, like Godzilla to the house, or it could be very, very tiny. So we're going to see what comes up here. So, oh, there is, actually, it brought it in over here, which is interesting on the paper. So what I'm going to do is hit the pointer here, and I'm going to click on it. This is a good example of how stuff is difficult to move sometimes, or sometimes doesn't work exactly how you wanted it to. I'm going to click off of here way out in the corner. So now, you notice the red lines below. I'm going to click on this again. Oh, and it's in a big box apparently. So if I move this, it's going to move this whole kind of box thing around with it. Let's edit, undo this. I'm going to edit, undo altogether, this whole thing. So it's not there anymore. I don't want to have anything selected here. That's probably the problem. My problem is selected it into the image. I want to have nothing selected when I do this. So let's try this again. 3D Warehouse, get model, type Mustang. I'm going to choose the Mustang here. I already looked at this 3D. I click OK. And if this one doesn't work well, then I'll just pick another one. Sometimes it comes in highlighted exactly where you can drop it in. So I'm going to click on it. Now I can move it. This is the move command. So I click on this and I can move the car, and I would suggest you do right and left or up or down at one time. I'm going and then I'm moving it up into place, and then I'm going to move it over. You're probably wondering what those little red dots are. What those little red dots allow me to do, I'm going to move over here so I can look at it better. If I have this selected and have this on here, notice these little red dots. Well, if I hover over it, it actually brings up a compass. So if I click on that, I just click once, then I can turn it and rotate it to whatever angle I need to and click again. You can always do edit and undo rotation. Let's say you had a problem with it, that it was sitting in the air and it wasn't where you exactly wanted it. Well, I have to rotate this object, and I'll hit the move command, and on this side, see how that those crosshairs pulled up? Well, then I can move this up and down in that direction. But you have to click on the side that you want to move it. or depth or width, you have to be in that direction. So if I want to move it forward and back, I really need to be in that direction. So I want to make sure that I have the angle. So I'm going to move it front or back. I would change this direction, hit the move command, and move it forward or backward. And that would take care of putting that into place. Now, I just showed you about putting a car. Maybe the car or vehicle is too big. You use the basically scale button, and it brings up the green and yellow lines. So I take it and I can, if I hit the corner, I can reduce or increase the size of it by hitting the scale right here button. So I can reduce the size of it. Once you think you've got that much done, you're going to go File and save it so you don't lose what you have. Okay. So you have what you got with it. And then I'll show you how to import the other objects onto the screen.